I've been a 911 dispatcher for 11 years. I work out of the Kessler County Emergency Communications Center in Southern Ohio, a windowless room with 16 workstations, bad coffee, and enough secondhand trauma to keep a therapy practice running for decades. I've talked people through heart attacks, guided teenagers out of car wrecks, and stayed on the line while someone took their last breath. It changes you, this job. You develop a shell. You have to. But the call on November 8th cracked mine open. It came in at 2:47 a.m. on a Wednesday. Slow night, a fender bender on Route 9, a welfare check on an elderly woman, and a noise complaint from a subdivision where someone's dog wouldn't stop barking. I had my headset on and was logging the noise complaint when the incoming call light flashed. 911, what's your emergency? Static. Not silence, active static, like a radio between stations. Underneath it, a sound like breathing, but rhythmic and mechanical, like a ventilator. 911, can you hear me? What's your emergency? A voice came through. Female, thin, strained. Like someone talking through a crushed throat. There's someone in my house. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to help you. What's your address? 1414, Blackwood Lane. I typed it in. Our system auto-populates location data from the caller's phone, but this call showed NO data in every field, no GPS, no cell tower, no carrier info. Just the number, which showed as all zeros, 000, 000, 0000. Ma'am, I'm showing 1414, Blackwood Lane. Can you confirm the city? Ridgemont. Ridgemont. Small town at the southern edge of our county. I dispatched there maybe once a month. Okay, I'm sending someone now. Are you in a safe location? Can you lock yourself in a room? I'm in the bedroom. Upstairs. The door is locked. He's downstairs. I can hear him. Can you describe what you're hearing? Footsteps. On the stairs. He's coming up the stairs. Her voice was remarkably calm for someone reporting an intruder. That flat, detached calm that I've come to recognize as either shock or something else entirely. I dispatched units. Deputy Hernandez was closest, about 8 minutes out. I kept the woman on the line. What's your name, ma'am? Catherine. Okay, Catherine, help is on the way. About 8 minutes. Can you stay on the line with me? He's in the hallway now. I can see his shadow under the door. Catherine, is there a window in the bedroom? Can you get out? The window is nailed shut. He nailed them shut. He nailed all of them. The static intensified. I adjusted my headset. My colleague at the next station, Roy, glanced over at me. I must have looked unsettled because he mouthed, "You okay?" and I nodded without meaning it. Catherine, the deputy is 7 minutes away. Stay away from the door. He's trying the handle. I could hear it through the phone, a doorknob being slowly turned. The rattle of a locked mechanism resisting. Then a thud. Another. He was hitting the door. Catherine, is there anything you can put against the door? A dresser, a chair. It doesn't matter. He always gets in. Always. That word caught me. Catherine, has this happened before? Every night. Static flared so loud I winced. When it settled, Catherine's voice was different, faster, more panicked, the calm cracking. He's through the door. He's, oh God. Oh God, his face. What happened to his face? Catherine, can you describe? It's burned. His face is burned off. He doesn't have eyes but he can see me. He's looking right at me. The line went dead. I tried calling back. The number, all zeros, wouldn't connect. I flagged it as a priority and waited for Hernandez's update. 6 minutes later, Hernandez radioed in. His voice was weird. Not scared, but confused in a way that leaned toward scared. Dispatch, I'm at 1414, Blackwood Lane. There's no house here. Repeat. There's no house. It's a lot. An empty lot. There's a foundation and some debris, but the house is gone. Looks like it's been gone for a while. I pulled up the county records database. 1414, Blackwood Lane, Ridgemont. The house had burned down on March 15, 2020. 6 years ago. Structure fire, middle of the night. One fatality, Catherine Marsh, age 34. Cause of death, smoke inhalation. She was found in the upstairs bedroom with the door locked. The fire was ruled arson. Accelerant was found on the first floor. The primary suspect was Catherine's ex-husband, Dale Marsh, who had a protection order against him and a history of violent threats. Dale was never charged because he died too, found in his car a mile from the house, dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, with burns on his face and hands consistent with having started the fire. I sat at my workstation staring at the screen until Roy snapped his fingers in front of my face. "Andrea, you look like you've seen a ghost." I filed the call as a technical anomaly. Our system logs every call, but when IT pulled the recording the next day, the audio file was corrupted. Just static. They couldn't recover it. But the call was logged. Timestamp, duration, the notes I'd typed in real time. All of it was there. The system confirmed that a 7-minute call had come in from 000000000 at 2:47 a.m. I should have left it there. I didn't. On my day off, I drove to Ridgemont. It's a 40-minute drive through hill country and state forest. Ridgemont is the kind of town that peaked in the 1970s, a main street with more closed shops than open ones, a post office, a gas station, and a bar that serves as the de facto community center. I found Blackwood Lane on the south side of town. Quiet residential street, older homes, big lots. Number 1414 was exactly what Hernandez described, an empty lot. The foundation was still there, partially overgrown with weeds. A few charred timbers poked up from the concrete. The lot was surrounded by a chain-link fence with a "No trespassing" sign. I stood on the sidewalk and looked at the lot and felt nothing. No chill, no dread, nothing supernatural. Just a sad empty space where a woman had died. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. All zeros on the display. I answered because 11 years of dispatch training means you always answer. Hello. Static. Breathing. That same mechanical rhythm. He's in the house again. Catherine's voice. I was standing on the sidewalk outside her non-existent house, and she was calling me on my personal cell phone. "Catherine, where are you?" "I'm in the bedroom. The door is locked." "He's coming up the stairs." "He always comes up the stairs." "Catherine, the house, your house burned down. In 2020. Do you understand?" Silence. Then. "What year is it?" 2026. A long pause. The static shifted in pitch, rising and falling like a tide. "It's always 2020 here. It's always March." It's always the middle of the night and he's always coming up the stairs and I always lock the door and he always gets through. Every night. Every single night. My eyes were burning. Not from emotion, from something in the air. I blinked and looked at the empty lot and for a fraction of a second, less than a heartbeat, I saw a house. White clapboard, 2 stories, porch light on. And in the upstairs window, a silhouette. A woman with a phone pressed to her ear. I blinked again and it was gone. Empty lot. Weeds. Charred timbers. Catherine, I want to help you. Tell me how to help you. You can't. Nobody can. The fire never goes out. It just resets. Every night the fire comes and every morning the house is back and every night he comes again. I've died 1,000 times in this bedroom and every time I wake up and it starts over. Why are you calling 911? Because that's what I did. On the real night. I called 911 and they said help was coming and I believed them and then he got through the door and I smelled the gasoline and then the fire and then nothing. And then the morning, and the house, and the night, and the stairs, and the door, and the fire. Forever. The call looped, I whispered. You're stuck in the call. I'm stuck in everything. But the call goes somewhere. The call reaches out. Most of the time it goes nowhere. But sometimes someone answers and for 7 minutes I get to talk to someone who isn't him. For 7 minutes I'm not alone. The static was building again. I could hear the footsteps through the phone. Heavy boots on wooden stairs. He's almost here, Catherine said. Her voice was small. Catherine. Will you stay on the line? I sat down on the curb outside the empty lot where Catherine Marsh had died 6 years ago, and I stayed on the line. I heard the doorknob turn. I heard the door break open. I heard Catherine scream. And then the fire. You've never heard fire through a phone. It doesn't roar. It whispers. A rushing, papery sound, like 1,000 pages turning at once. And under it, Catherine, not screaming anymore. Just breathing. The mechanical breathing. In and out, as the fire took her again. The call ended at 2:54 a.m. 7 minutes. Same as the first call. She calls me now. Not every night, but maybe twice a week. Always at 2:47 a.m. Always from all zeros. Always the same 7 minutes, the locked door, the footsteps, the intruder, the fire. I always answer. I always stay on the line. I can't save her. I can't change what happened. But for 7 minutes, she's not alone in that burning bedroom, and I think that matters. I think it's the only thing that matters. Last Tuesday, she said something new. Something that deviated from the loop for the first time. Andrea, there are other houses. What? Other houses that burned. Other people stuck. I can hear them now. Through the walls. Calling 911 from houses that don't exist anymore. Hundreds of them. Thousands. All stuck. All looping. All calling for help that never comes. The static swelled. They want to know if someone will stay on the line for them too. I'm one person. I can't answer 1,000 calls. But I shared this story because maybe some of you work in dispatch. Maybe some of you have gotten a call from a number that's all zeros, from an address that doesn't exist anymore, from a voice that sounds like it's been screaming for years. If you get that call, please answer. Stay on the line. You can't save them. But you can be there. 7 minutes. That's all they get. Make it count.